California is home to scores of dreamy beaches, amazing scenery, top-tier infrastructure, and unique job opportunities. It's also one of the strongest economies in the world, but for the first time in 100 years, their population has been dropping. And it's not just 1 year, it's been consistently over the last 15 years. California is seeing its population drop consistently over the last few years. Why? Why? Has California reached its tipping point? Has the Golden State lost its luster? Is Nevada, the Silver State, the new golden child? This is episode 31 of the Move It podcast, and this is part 3 of Why Not Vegas? Lex, take it away. Since 2015, California has seen a lot of folks leave. But by 2019, those numbers have jumped to over 100,000 people a year. Each year, California has seen its population decrease. Las Vegas, though, has benefited from the city's affordable cost of living, its job market, and its quality of life, inviting over 40% of the new people arriving here coming from California, of course. Just look at the numbers. In 2015, it started off with just 15,000 people leaving the state. But why? Fast forward to 2019, and you get to about over 130,000 people just in that year alone, making its way outside of the coastal state. Where are they going? Well, a good portion of these, about 40,000, are landing here in the state of Nevada. And the question is, why? Why are people living? What are the things that are making people get out of California and find greener pastures? Well, let's start with some of the obvious items. The cost of living, and I've broken it down into 2 segments. The cost of living is going to be the first one. And we're going to start with home prices. I mean, when you take a look at Los Angeles and San Francisco, the average rents are over $3,000 a month just for a simple little house. Now, home prices alone have doubled since 2015. They're averaging around $1 million, if not more, in higher areas. So these lower home prices, while they might be available in outer parts like the suburban areas, it just makes it really difficult for people who are making an average of $90,000 to live there. Not to mention, it's now contributing to an increase of homelessness, the high cost of living, lack of affordable housing, even political discrimination are complicating a lot of different factors for many people that are living there to just endure. And they're taking their money somewhere else. In addition to that, taxes. California has some of the highest taxes in the country. They've got corporate income taxes, personal income taxes, sales taxes. If you have a truck or a car, well, you're going to bet that there's going to be a gas tax on that. The top marginal income rate is 13%, and they are looking to increase that. Sales tax is at 7%. In fact, gas here in Vegas is almost always a dollar less than California. Then you add the recent tax cuts, and a lot of people can't even deduct their state taxes from the federal taxes, and that's hurting a lot of folks. Add to that, finally, to the cost of living is the business climate. Now, California has some of the highest taxes in the country, but you add the complexity of regulatory environment. Yeah, it just makes it really challenging for folks who want to own a business to make some money and really operate inside of a state like California. Then to top it all off, for the icing on the cake, well, there's a lot of labor movement, and it's really centered around a lot of that. So there are so many challenges just on a financial front for the cost of living and living in California that many people have decided to just kind of shift gears and check out other states. Now that's just the financial component. Item number 2. Here are some of the risks by choosing to live in California. Yeah, what I mean by risks, you might think, well, natural disasters. No. Let's talk about the obvious. Obviously, we're talking about traffic because California is notoriously congested with traffic. Anywhere in LA you want to get across town, you're going to have to factor in a couple of hours unless you're timing it right, like early in the morning. How about crime? Higher crime rates than the national average are absolutely located in California. Now, you add these crime rates because where are they coming from? Well, the high cost of living is really kind of fueling some of this stuff. Home insecurity. Add to the homelessness. Substance abuse. There's so many contributing factors. It's a really complex issue to deal with. But the bottom line is it's fueling its own problems. Now, finally, back to natural disasters. Well, yes, of course, you've got droughts, water shortages, which they just eliminated last year because of a bunch of rain, which then brought floods. And then after all that dries out, they're going to end up having fires. And somewhere along the way, in the middle of it all, they might get an earthquake or a hurricane. And that's just because you live on the coast. Now, yeah, they got mild weather, but there's also a lot of natural disasters that are on there. That's just some of the stuff that you have when you're living in California. We didn't even touch on the school systems, much less the political drama that's there, or any other reasons. So while many people are leaving California, where are they headed? Well, of course, Nevada, our neighbor, we call this California's backyard. And how do we stack up? Well, take a look at our cost of living. Median price point, $450,000, easily less than half than most of LA and San Francisco. Our inventory is 2 months and it's growing at this time. The median income for the state is over $72,000. So our affordability is way better than anybody in California, even in the suburbs. Now that's just on the economic front. Now let's add to that. What about taxes? Well, we have no state income tax. Nevada is just one of 9 states in the United States with no state income tax. That means you get to keep more moolah in your pocket, baby. There's also no taxes on retirement income. Nevada does not tax retirement or Social Security benefits, IRA withdrawals, or pension payouts. Major savings, not just for retirees, but if you wanted to start a business or use any of your funds for business in Nevada. Low property taxes. We have some of the lowest taxes on property across the country. Our average tax rate is 0.53%. And finally, no estate tax. That means your heirs don't have to pay any taxes on the inheritance. Keep on going, shall we? How about no taxes on food, on medicine, or groceries? Save a significant amount of money on all these essential items. And then finally, no corporate income tax. So if you do own a business, well, it's just going to add to your bottom line. Well, if you are going to add a business and you are choosing Nevada, what about the business climate? Including with all of these are the no state income tax and low property taxes, as well as no corporate income taxes. All of these help make a positive growth and a positive environment for businesses to grow. But just unlike California, our regulations are pretty minimal. Yes, they have a relatively light-handed regulatory environment, and that really makes it easier for businesses to start up, operate, and grow. Just think of some of the big names that have decided to make Las Vegas home, like Apple, Microsoft, even Google. And of course, we talked about last week, Switch. Being centrally located, we're only 4 hours from the coast, but we're in the Western United States and we are also a major thoroughfare from anywhere to the Midwest. It makes it convenient, not just to distribute goods and services to other states, but if you needed to train, if you needed to drive, or you wanted to fly, we are centrally located. Now, that just means we need more people to live here, and some of those are obviously skilled and well educated. Nevada is obviously committed to making a business-friendly environment, and that's why the state offers so many incentives to attract and keep businesses here. That just brings more reasons to why not live in Vegas. Now, let's just tackle the last part of Nevada. So what are some of the risks? Let's just get real here. Well, if we were to take it mano a mano, our traffic issues boil down to the Spaghetti Bowl, Las Vegas Boulevard because of F1, and basically any construction that they're building. I mean, our delays are averaging anywhere between 1 to 10 minutes, unlike California, which you're easily going to be looking at 30 to 45 minutes, depending on where it's at. How about crime? Well, sure, we might have crime. It might be somewhere in the national average, but we offset that with a more affordable cost of living. We also have so many other advantages and social services to help people keep their home and build a better future here. In addition to that, if we're going to boil it down to efficiencies or mano a mano, what are the natural disasters that we have here? While we might get an occasional earthquake, we do have the heat in the summer. This year was one of the best summers ever. I think we had 2 weeks where it was 110 plus. For 3 months out of the year, you're in an air-conditioned environment, and it's really not that bad because it's a dry heat. I'm telling you, there's a difference. Water management. Everybody wants to hype up the whole water shortage, but in reality, Southern Nevada only gets 10% of what comes out of Lake Mead. Where's the other 85% going? Oh, surrounding states. So don't give me your drama, because all y'all California, Arizona people, yeah, you're taking it all. You're causing the problem. We manage it, and we've actually have a Southern Nevada Water Authority who's been able to implement measures to help minimize our water consumption in the city. the same rules are being applied to everybody else because, you guys have had droughts now. Now, while we might have earthquakes occasionally, they don't happen often. And the last one that we do pay attention to, this is something that I'm kind of interested and curious about, but if you take a look at what the city has been doing with their natural infrastructure and all of the water retention basins, they're preparing for a pretty significant flood. Not just your typical monsoon over the summer, we're talking 100-year flood scenario. They have designed a lot of these rivers and channels in order to channel huge amounts of water to protect the community, protect the environment. Those are some of the cool things I think Nevada really stands out, hands above everybody else locally. One of the contributing reasons why people are looking at Southern Nevada as one of the states to be. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Jared Uraine with the Uraine Ordonez 5 Diamond Group here at Vice Realty. This is episode 31 of the Move It podcast series, part 3, Why Not Vegas? The California Exodus. There's more to that, right? Yeah, please like, share, subscribe, and more importantly, give us a call. You can reach out to our website, FiveDiamondGroup.Vegas, if you're looking for property here in Southern Nevada. You want some more information on what we can do for you and your services? Well, just head on over there and we'll be able to reach out to you directly. My name is Jared. Thank you so much for tuning in. And be cool, like me in Vegas in the wintertime, or like a butterfly.